Welcome to the fields up here at Tait Farm. I'm here with our farm manager David Hopi, and we are standing in front of a beautiful native meadow that got planted early this summer from plugs, and I was so inspired by what David had created here that I want to replicate this in my own home, and we're here today for David to talk a little bit about what's going on here and what he was hoping to create and what's manifested, which is truly beautiful.
I planted this on in mid-June this year from small plugs, and there's about 1,000 plants in this this 12-foot by 100-foot area, and they were just little 3 or 4 inch tall seedlings this June, and they've a great majority of the species planted are already blooming here in September and earlier in August as well. So it's a pretty diverse mix of all local ecotype native wildflowers and native grasses, and one of the main reasons we plant this is as pollinator habitat, and it brings in a lot of wildlife like hummingbirds, and they've been nectaring on the blue lobelia here and also red cardinal flower, and this is actually planted in a drainage ditch, and so the bottom of the ditch has a higher moisture gradient than the sides of the ditch, so we're able to actually put some sort of wetland plants as well as plants that grow in drier upland soils in this this rectangular plot here. So we're able to really fit in a lot of diversity because there's some different soil conditions here.
So I'm seeing a ton of insect life here, many different kinds of bees. There are butterflies flying around, and I mean it's really quite a diverse thing happening here on a pretty small scale. So what are just a few of the plants that you love that are in here? Hopi, what would what are some of the things that we're looking at here?
Yeah, so right in front of us, this purple flower is New York ironweed. It prefers a little bit more moisture, so it is planted at the base of the ditch here where water collects. Right next to it is Eupatorium perfoliatum. It's called tall boneset, and it has some honeybees on it right now, some flies and some other things. Let's see, this yellow flower is oxeye sunflower. It's not a true helianthus, it's not a true sunflower, it's a heliopsis, but it produces large oily seeds that finches and other birds will eat later this season as they mature.
And then is that rudbeckia, is that the Herta?
Yeah, that's the annual black-eyed Susan.
Is it annual? Do you have to replant it every year, or will it self-seed?
It self-seeds readily, so
right.
Usually planting it once it'll continue for many years.
And what is this tall one here? It almost looks like anise, but I don't think it is.
It is a Agastache. It's related to the purple hyssop, but
okay.
It has a white flower.
Okay.
It gets a little bit taller than the purple flowered.
And a favorite pollinator I know for bees and things as well. And I see some interesting grasses here.
Yeah, so there's some native prairie grasses. This one that has a seed head that's kind of split like this is a big blue stem, and it'll get pretty tall, and over the years it'll form a clump, and it actually gets some nice fall foliage. It kind of gets purple and red hues to it in the fall. This other grass next to it is Indian grass, and the seeds are definitely eaten by sparrows and finches as they mature. And the native bunch grasses also create good structure and habitat for a number of wildlife species. Anything from butterflies to ground nesting birds need prairie grasses for habitat.
Well, I am super inspired by what's happening here and what we've been able to create in this relatively small space and how fast it's growing. And so I am going to put a flat together and have you, with your help, and I'm going to go home and create myself a native meadow in my backyard. So thank you so much for sharing your time, and this is exciting, and come on out to the farm and we'll help you plant a meadow too.